Mataji, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Bliss, Sip Ace, Sip Anand, Sip Ranjana, Sip, I don't know what, Sip Premchand Gupta, Surajit, Sip Sagai, Sip Gopalji, welcome. I think Gopalji is new. Sip Vanita, Sip Will, welcome. Sip Atmatray, Sip Chidanand, Sip Sanjeev, we are live. Sip Dr. Krishan, and many more who are joining. I welcome you all to this call. Okay, so let us start. Today is Sunday. Sunday is an easy day, open day. You can ask any question. We have a newcomer, Gopalji. Gopalji, would you like to ask a question today? Please unmute. Gopalji, unmute and ask your question. Gopalji Bhatt, you want to ask a question, please? Gopalji, otherwise Premchand. Gopalji, you have to unmute and ask. Premchandji?
Yes, Gurudev. Shivoham.
Shivohamji.
I had made a request regarding the duality. I had sent you what I pray do daily, whether it is a duality or a single. You might have read it.
Prayer of Premchandji. No, when did you send Premchandji? It seems to have slipped my attention. When did you send it?
3-4 days back.
I will have to check and revert. Would you like to tell it to us now? Would you like to tell us now? Or you would like me to, or should I check and reply back to you?
Okay, sir.
Because I was traveling to Africa, maybe it just slipped my attention. I will just check.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Sorry
very much.
for that. Thank you. Rajendra and Gopalji, but if you still want to ask the question, Rajendra Pandit. Today is Sunday. You can ask any question. Beginner's question, tough question, life, death, happiness, karma, God, religion, problems, misery, consciousness, mind, ego, devil, Saturn, religion, scriptures, any question on the subject of spirituality and on life. Rajendra ji.
Shom Guruji. Shom sir. आज संडे था सर, मैंने कुछ लाइनें लिखी है सबके लिए, अपने देवा के लिए. So I want to just recite, if you, with your permission, sir.
Yes, please.
देवा हो देवा, देवा हो देवा, जानू तुझको कैसे मैं जानू, तू है मुझ में कैसे ये मानू. देवा हो देवा, कहते हैं गुरु जी दिखे तू सब में, कहते गुरु जी दिखे तू सब में, कैसे करूं विश्वास में इसमें, ना समझी ने डाला है डेरा. देवा हो देवा. Here dera means abode, settlement.
No, very
man,
good.
Man, actually, man ahang, please, 2 sentences are there. Man ahankar के हूँ वश में, नैया मेरी डूबी है बंवर में, अब तो बन जाओ तुम ही खिवैया. देवा हो देवा. Here naya means boat, wash means caught. It is caught in the whirlpool. Now I want you to become my boatman, or skipper.
Yes, it's easy. Yes.
Okay, sir. Last sentence, sir. शून्य और सन्नाटे की यही विद्या, शून्य और सन्नाटे की यही है विद्या. डालो मुझ में ओ मेरे मौला, डालो मुझ में ओ मेरे मौला. छूटे मेरा मैं व आना जाना. देवा ओ देवा. छूटे मेरा मैं means अहम. वो in Hindi is and आना जाना, come and go.
So this is very good. This is very good, provided you're able to sing it, and not only sing it, you are supposed to implement it. Now, see what I'm saying. Okay, how do I explain to you? Let me explain. I used to sing like these songs 10 years back. Why I used to sing these songs 10 years back, you know? Why? Anybody can explain? Anybody can explain why I used to sing this 10 years back?
Sir, to realize it, because
Yeah, but why I used to sing? Because I did not have a daily Zoom call.
Okay.
I did. Now, whatever you are telling, is it whatever you are saying, correct? Whatever आपने गाने में आपने बोला है, ये आप जानते नहीं जानते हैं?
ये मैं सब जानता हूँ, इसलिए लिख के दे दिए हैं।
अब लेकिन आप फंसे हैं। You are telling कि मुझे प्रभु आके मेरे खवैया, come and cross my boat, come and save me. But God will not come and save you until you help to save yourself. Remember this particular thing. I realized one thing. God is there, SIP is there for all of us. But SIP is inside us. We have to use the presence of SIP to cross over. Are you telling me that koi Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Ganapati, Hanuman aake aapko utha ke le jayega? The faith in God and this prayer is very good. It will build the power inside you. But you have to do it. तो ये जब आप गा रहे हैं, आप गाओ, ठीक है, लेकिन मैं तो डेली गाता था, मैं रोता था, और मैं सिर्फ गाता नहीं, रोता नहीं, मैं करता था. So I'm just telling you, this is a very good support system. It's a very good thing.
It has started today, just now, today.
But don't depend
morning,
on.
I wrote it.
But don't see. You have to change. You have to see. Right now, you are still in this prayer. You are still waiting for God to come and help you. Correct?
No, sir. I'm not in still the prayer. It was just because I tried shairi from the morning. Because you told me to write something. It's not. Okay. I'm not in that.
See, okay, good. So even Shair sometimes writes like this shairi, and I appreciate it's good. But my dear friends, today is Sunday. Before we go on to Gopalji can speak anytime you want to speak, and then before we go on to Komal, let me explain one thing to you. Why do I come on this Zoom call every day? You know, I just came back from Africa. You know, I went to Zimbabwe. And so many of my friends are telling me, why you went there? You could have been murdered. It is so dangerous to go to Africa. I don't know whether Chidanand goes to the places which are dangerous or safe. Maybe they said you should not have gone because Africa is Africa. There is no guarantee that to any person with come with a gun and they will tell you, give your laptop or I'll kill you. Give your money, give your purse or I will kill you. So I don't know. Chidanand can give this comment later. That is not important right now. But my goal is to help you reach yours. I went to Africa, I was telling you, to help people achieve their goal. You know, when I start a talk on happiness, on peace, on calm. Ultimately, where do I go? I don't speak on happiness and calm. This is the method. My goal is to help people realize the truth. I have only one job. Self-realization, God realization. I have no other job. If you tell my mission of life is to help people realize the truth. Ek hi line hai. Or somebody asks me something else, I say, no, I'm not interested. Okay, good, Rajendra, good effort. Gopalji can speak whenever you want, Shair. And Komal came, I don't know where's Komal.
Shivam.
Shair, bolo.
My question is, you always get trapped into duty. Our duty on this, whatever we are there. And the second thing is, of course, the journey of self-realization. So when you told about why this Zoom call, how it helps, we have been talking. See, whenever it flips, you know, the coin that you have given. Actually, this Zoom call is a coin on a daily basis for us.
Yeah.
Even full day, we may be somewhere busy, etc. But then 8 o'clock, automatically, without alarm, the mind says, "Arey, boss aane wale bola." Somehow get pulled. If not possible, if really not possible, I still tell ki, okay, today it is not possible. So I am stuck up. But fine, my mind is still there. And so sometimes we get stuck up in duty and But nowadays, I have started realizing this also. If I'm not able to come also, but I'm still connected to the call, something will come to mind. But then, how to get out of that duty? Because it's some people get duty is just like they get financial abundance.
Can you give me one or two example of duties?
And now that we got married, we have children, we have house. Correct. We also have a goal that we should serve the society. You know, I work with so many NGOs, etc. My personal vision is there. Training is there. Children will be contacting. Anybody we take into our mentorship, they become our responsibility.
So when I asked my guru, how should I take care of my duty?
Hmm.
My guru only told me one thing. He asked me, what is your biggest duty? What is your biggest duty? And he told the biggest duty for you is to realize who you are and why you are here. If that escapes, if that biggest duty escapes, you complete all duties. It is just like saying, let me explain to you. I'll give you a funny thing, okay? AiR, Shire. So there was a doctor who patient came. Patient had a big accident, very serious accident. So the patient came and the doctor started. He stopped the blood from flowing. He stopped the blood. Then there were a lot of fractures, broken bones. He started doing everything. And beautifully, the whole body was repaired. Shayad? But he did not check the heart and the person died. Now you tell me this analogy. He made the bones, he made the skin, he made the blood stop flowing, he did everything. And the person died. Was he successful?
Primary responsibility or goal is important, and secondary falls at place by itself.
Correct. Shayad, this only we don't understand, Shayad. This is what the mind makes us blind. We are so caught up with my son's school and my daughter's exams and my wife's cooking class and my father-in-law's cough and cold and my mother-in-law's supermarket shopping. We are so busy with all these things. But what we don't realize, what is the most important thing in life? The most important thing in life is my liberation. The most important thing of life is my realization. If I don't have realization, so what I tell you all sometimes, I say, संसार से घर मिल गया सब मिला तो क्या मिला संसार में जो भी जीता अंत में दुखी होता. So this tells you संसार से मुक्त होना मकसद ये है जीने का भक्ति से ये है होता. So sometimes many people say, "Arey, God will come later to God." Nah, no, my business is important. Nah, I got business, I got contract. Prabhu ji, Prabhu, thoda business meeting hai, मैं कल आता हूँ, Prabhu ji. Prabhu ji, we go to the meeting without Prabhu ji, the meeting only fails. The meeting only fails and we don't realize हमने अगरबत्ती नहीं जलाया. I'm talking about preliminary days, Rajesh. I'm telling, जब शुरू में जब भक्ति होती है, we say, Prabhu, I forgot to put the agarbatti. You go there, let me see whether your work happens. Work won't happen. Because bhakti, you compromised bhakti. So, my dear friends, I think we all have responsibilities, but we must not forget our primary responsibility. Thank you, Shahir. We have got Komal. And Rajendra is like second round. So Rajendra will wait. First round, Komal.
Namaste, everybody. Just yesterday or day before, we were discussing something about pleasure, that I'm not stopping you from pleasure. So a question came to the mind. What is the difference between pleasure and we keep talking like don't get caught in bhoga, be in yoga. So what is the difference in bhoga
and pleasure? We lost her. Can you hear or she got lost? She got lost. Okay, so we will wait for her to come back. If she comes back, otherwise I have to answer the question. Komal, are you there? Komal, आप है?
Is there any problem in my internet connection?
Yeah, your internet connection, but maybe you, as long as you can, maybe you switch off your video, I'll talk, you can hear me at least.
Okay,
Because
fine.
at least you can hear me, right? And then you can come back and answer, because otherwise you will lose me.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, please talk. So that what Komal is asking the question, what is the difference between, AiR always says enjoy any pleasure, but don't go in bhoga. So what is the difference? Bhoga is desire. Bhoga is passion. Bhoga makes us run after pleasure. When pleasure comes to you as a prasadam, enjoy it. Enjoy good food, good drink, good clothes. Don't hesitate to enjoy
Even
it.
good drink means that whiskey and all that is also, if somebody is finding it pleasurable, sometimes if you are having it, is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay if you don't mind losing your senses. If you drink, your intellect is lost. If you don't mind, suppose you're drinking and sleeping in the house, you drink. If you have a kidney problem, you have a kidney problem. I can't tell you. So the drink has some problems. Kidney, liver, there are some physical problems. The drinking will switch off your intellect. If you don't have to make any business decision, you don't have to make any important decision.
So the
Drinking
problem,
makes...
so it can have because of many other things also. It's not only because of drinking that this.
No, you are emphasizing drinking. So I'm telling drinking has got
Like
10 other
pleasure
problems.
and bhoga, like how
So back,
drinking is related to
No,
that.
so you asked me a contra question, so I went to that. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, for example, I'm telling you, anything wrong in eating mithai? Nothing wrong in eating mithai. But suppose you eat too much mithai and get diabetes, then should you say, AiR told eat mithai, now I got
No,
diabetes?
no, that will have problem. Yes.
So
But
I'm
little bit,
saying,
no problem.
so Komal, as long as we enjoy pleasure in the right quantity, in the right moderation, pleasure that comes to us is not bad. But running behind pleasure is bhoga. Please understand the difference. Yoga is connection with God. Bhoga is passion for pleasure. It is not pleasure, but the passion for pleasure. Suppose if I love dosa. You give me dosa, I eat fine. But suppose I have to go 3 hours finding for one dosa just because I want to eat that special butter dosa. What nonsense is this? Why are you so passionate about this pleasure?
So running after pleasure is bhoga.
Correct. I hope I answered your question. Running after pleasure is bhoga, but
Okay.
enjoying the pleasure as prasadam can be in yoga. You can. But remember that monk gives a story in the Ramakrishna Ashram, Belur Mutt. In Belur Mutt, there's a monk who they give lassi, ka cold glass of lassi every time when they do the arti. He said, I don't want. He took one spoon. He said, I don't want to be a slave to this lassi. We should not become a slave to pleasure. We can enjoy pleasure. Yesterday,
so it's okay if sometimes you are indulging.
no, I'll give you one example. How many of you have had injera? Anybody? Chidanand, have you had injera? You know what's injera? I went to Ethiopia. Where I went to? Ethiopia. You can Google afterwards. Injera. Injera. Afterwards you Google. Injera is Ethiopian dosa. It is Ethiopian dosa. I enjoyed it so much. I must have had at least 10 or 15. Now, Komal, I've come back to Bangalore. Am I still finding injera? Am I still running after injera? Where is injera available? Am I importing injera from Ethiopia? Am I telling Chidanand, when you go to Africa, bring injera to me? Am I doing like that?
No.
Komal.
No, sir.
That is bhoga. I hope you understand. That is bhoga.
Actually, why it came to me was regarding drinking of alcohol or something. Like people always say, and you always emphasize that if you are drinking that, it is, so whether it is for pleasure, if it is somebody is having, like my arounds in my family also, if somebody is having, so is it okay? Just
Komal,
like that.
let me tell you one thing. Can you tell me one benefit of drinking?
No, I know, but if somebody is finding a little pleasure in that sometimes.
Now there are some doctors in London who say, drinking wine is very good drinking wine. The doctors are saying, because there are doctors drinking wine every day. So he's telling all his patients drinking wine is very good. I don't know what is the benefit of. He said wine is very good. Now, if you want to see these things, my dear Komal, we have to use our buddhi. We have to use our buddhi to discriminate, is it good or is it bad? My point is very clear.
I
Pleasure,
understood now. If
pleasure is
it's
not a
limited
problem.
quantity, or if something
Ah,
somebody
I'm
has
saying
to take, even if you will drink a lot of milk, that also will harm you only.
yeah, you will have lactose problems. Definitely, you may have some problem. So
Even
anything in
eggs and
moderation.
all, like unlimited anything will, if you are running after it, then it is the bhoga. Now,
For example, somebody
available.
asked me, "Hey, can I have cigarette once in a day? Cigarette, okay? Cigarette." I told you, I have once in a day cigarette, okay? Then one time you have a puff, then becomes a habit. Now it becomes 20 cigarettes in a day. Now what? Now tell me what happened? How the pleasure became bhoga? So be careful. Okay, Shair, are you asking a question? Other Rajendra, Shair. Shair sir, bolo. Rajendra, you are there. Rajendra, you are in second round, but you are available. Haan, Shair, bolo.
Man, what Komalji was telling, I want to share my experience also.
Yes, please.
As a means, definitely before 2010, I used to do everything.
Ah.
And still, I do everything.
Ah.
I have never changed my friends. I still go with them to every pub, etc. I may touch the glass, but the glass does not go to my mouth sometimes. Once in a while, they will force me. I say, okay, ek sip, chalo, chalta hai. But then, so that anything which attracts me and then makes me a slave, I have understood it.
So in the Upanishads, Shair, what they tell the Upanishads, you know? In the Upanishad, they say the 4 doors to liberation. What are the 4 doors? Vivek, Vairagya, Shat Shampat, Mukshutva. The 4 Ds, as I call them in simple language, 4 Ds: discrimination,
dispassion, desires, and
discipline, and desire for liberation. Desire for liberation. So I'm saying, why is discipline given an important aspect? Because discipline can eat us up. If we lose our discipline, suppose we slip, then we will lose sip. Very dangerous. My dear friends, very dangerous.
The discipline also is of the all senses. Shama, Dhamma, Uparati.
Correct. Absolutely. Shair, now you have started learning these things you don't need my help. You already absorbed these things. Now you have become master. Now you have to go to that final destination faster. That is the challenge. What is my goal? My goal is all of you must reach that state where you are complete master. If I have a question, you should not have missed a single answer to the question. That means you are not replying. That means SIP is replying through you. Otherwise, human being cannot have answer to all questions, my dear friend. No human being can have answer. If any human being has got answer to all questions, it means now SIP has come into place in that person. Then SIP is talking. Okay, good. Rutanu, Krishan, Sukeshini, and Randras Rajendra. Rutanu. Shubham.
Guruji, if we slip from mind, from consciousness to mind, and then we quickly come back, then it's okay, right?
It's okay. It is better than slipping in mind and being caught in the mind. But remember, when you slip in the mind, there are 2 options. It is just like that fly that goes in the chai. It is just like the fly that goes in the chai. Now the fly goes and says, I will just take 1 sip. And the fly goes and 1 sip. Now what may happen, Rutanu?
Temptation.
अगर वो 1 sip में उठ गया, ठीक है. अगर उसमें if wings get gila in the chai, then what happens?
डूब जाएंगे उसमें भोगा.
Die. Then the fly in the chai will die. So do you want to be the fly in the chai who will die?
No. I want to be the chai.
So then I'm telling you, avoid. See, of course you will go to mind state. Of course you will go. Quickly come back to consciousness state. Have you got the coin? Mind to consciousness coin, have you got?
Yeah.
Keep on your table. And keep in your hand every day 5 minutes. It will remind you that when you go to mind state, it will remind you to flip. You don't even need the coin. You will just turn your hand. You turn your hand like this. Flip. See, my goal, Rutanu, from the beginning, I'm trying very hard to help you all to reach the end. What is the use? Like I told you, this doctor, he stitched the nose, he stitched the hand, he stitched the bone, fractured finally the patient dies of heart attack. If I cannot take you to liberation, if I cannot help you to realization and you have to go to liberation, I can't take you to liberation. Because liberation is your job. You have to be liberated. But I can take you to that moment of realization. I can help you. I can help you if you follow the path. If you follow. If I say left, you tell, no, no, Guruji, I'm going right. Then what I can do? I can't do anything. So my submission to you, beware the mind. It will make you blind. Therefore, rewind. Rewind into consciousness. Rewind means rewind the thoughts. Don't let the mind make you blind. Rewind. Rewind means go back into consciousness. Thank you, Rutanu. Dr. Krishan. Krishan?
Shivam Guruji.
Sir.
One request, kindly keep a session on Neti Tatomasi on this subject. And today's my question is that due to karma, I'm here in this world.
Correct.
And in my family, my kids are there. They are my responsibility or my duty. And is any my karma is impact their life? My bad karma or good karma in present life?
Cannot impact.
Cannot impact their life.
See, because your karma is your karma. Your behavior can impact their life. Suppose you don't give them food. But your karma can only impact your life. I hope you understand what I'm trying to make you understand. Let me explain. So, because suppose you're talking of good karma, bad karma. Anything specifically you're saying?
Any karma, my bad karma or
okay. I'll give you both examples. Suppose your karma is very good. You have done a lot of good karma in the past. You may get a lottery, but they will not get lottery. Now, because you get lottery, you may buy them a car. That's your choice. But they will not get the lottery. I hope you're understanding how I'm explaining to you.
Yes.
Now, suppose suppose you've done a lot of bad karma. आपको कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है तो आपको एक्सीडेंट होएगा तो उनको नहीं होगा लेकिन आपका एक्सीडेंट उनको अफेक्ट होगा ना कुछ तो कुछ अफेक्ट होगा ना
definitely
like that indirectly it is there but not, karma lot of people are confused so much avidya is there lot of people think family karma society karma country karma civilization karma aeroplane karma all 100 people went in one boat and they all 100 people died means all were same people. They were same bad people in Africa and all those bad people in Africa came and all 100 people died. Not like that. Different people will come from different karma to different situation. Finally, tadang, they get hit. They may get hit independently. They may get hit together. But we must...
My bank account is my credit or debit, and my son account is his own transactions.
Correct. Let me give you one more example. I know friends who are like hand to mouth. Hand to mouth, jante na matlab?
Yes.
My friend is hand to mouth. He and his wife, with great difficulty, they make the child become well educated. Now the child has become a millionaire. Multi-millionaire. You know such stories or the new story I'm telling you?
No, I don't know the story.
अरे बहुत स्टोरी है सब बड़ा स्टोरी है अभी किसका कर्मा वो मल्टी मिलियनर हो गया माँ बाप का कर्मा है उसका कर्मा है
उसका कर्मा sir.
Now he may give mother father money, he may not give mother father money. I know some children who are buying big house for mother father. I know some rich children whose mother father are beggars.
Yeah, got the point, sir.
So हर एक का कर्मा अपना.
Kindly keep the session on Neti Tatomasi, if any. On.
So Friday ka session. I'll have to explain. It's a beautiful topic. I will explain. But
okay,
it's my favorite topic. Tattvamasi neti tum ho vahi ye nahi. I'll try to keep it soon. I think maybe next week we already have got something done. Maybe week after next. Okay, next week we have already fixed the topic. Week after that we will do Neti Tattva. Very beautiful topic. Thank you. Krishan ho gaya, Sukeshini and then Rajendra. Sukeshini.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yesterday, you had taught about the 5 yogas for attaining God.
Correct.
So in that dhyana yoga, can you please elaborate?
Dhyana yoga means.
Dhyana yoga, not dhyan, jnana yoga.
Okay. So dhyan, dhyan, when you wake up in the morning,
yeah.
don't get lost in the TV. For some people, when they wake up in the morning, newspaper, TV, mobile phone, no dhyana. So gone. Bhakti means bhakti is, I just quickly tell it. Dhyana, bhakti, karma yoga. Karma yoga means I am working for as a divine instrument. You are asking jnana yoga.
Yeah.
See, jnana yoga, they say, according to Vivekananda and Ramana Maharishi and Adi Shankara, without jnana yoga, there cannot be moksha. Because even though you may have dhyana must lead to jnana. Even though there is bhakti will lead to jnana. Even if you do karma yoga cannot give you moksha. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
The only way to get moksha is jnana yoga. If there is no jnana yoga, there cannot be moksha. Now, I'm saying it strongly, but normally, a person with lot of bhakti yoga, they may get a guru who will come and teach them and help them, and inadvertently they will get moksha. But I mean, you must have extreme bhakti yoga, extreme karma yoga, extreme dhyana yoga to bypass jnana yoga to reach moksha.
So,
And
okay.
continue.
Sorry. No, I mean, as you evolve, attaining all kind of wisdom, that is when we get jnana yoga.
Jnana yoga is being united with the Supreme through the method of jnana. Now, for example, Krishna said, I want to understand Neti Neti Tattvamasi. What is he trying to do? He's saying, AiR, please help us to understand through this jnana, we want to be in yoga. Without this jnana, what we would be, Sukeshni?
We'll be in body mind.
We'd be bhoga.
Yeah, bhoga.
See, look at the way it is. When there is dhyana, you can go to yoga. When there is no dhyana, you will fall into bhoga. When there is bhakti, you can go into yoga. Without bhakti, you will fall into bhoga. So these dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, maybe there's no yoga, only karma, good karma, good karma, good karma, good karma, good karma, no use. No use. How much ever good karma you do, you will come back to earth. When karma becomes karma yoga, then only the karma is the divine instrument. What does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? Nishkam phala. Nishkam karma, Nishkam karma. I quote some things of the Bhagavad Gita to make people feel I'm not against. Some people start to think AiR doesn't like Bhagavad Gita. No, I like to quote good things. I only don't like you all getting confused in their interpretation. So Krishna tells him what that? He says, you do your work. Don't have any expecting. That is karma yoga. The Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be very strong, very good for karma yoga. But jnana yoga comes from the Upanishads. Jnana yoga means you should learn the Mahavakyas, what just now Krishna said. Neti, neti, tattvamasi. This is, and finally what I've taught you all, prema yoga. It's a beautiful way of being liberated. What is prema yoga? Love all as God. Love all as God. I think next week, the topic is, next week's Zoom topic, which is already planned, is SLS. See God in all, love God in all, serve God in all. That's already prepared for next Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sukeshi. Rajendra, आपका अभी chance आ गया. कोई बोल नहीं. Nobody is stopping you. बोलिए. Anybody wants to ask questions? 5 more minutes. Sunday is the time you can ask any question under the sun. No need to be shy. You can ask any question. I will not hold you back on Sunday. Rajendra.
Sir, before my personal question, I will just try to continue on small thing on karma. You just told that if the father and mother becomes beggar, the son will not give the money. If the son doesn't give the money, the father and mother becomes beggar. Wasn't it the karma of father and mother that son that doesn't give money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
That it is because of their own karma.
Rajendra, nothing in this world happens other than karma.
Okay, sir.
Nothing.
Then if
please, And understand the point. Nothing in this world happens other than karma. Continue.
Sir, if this son or this child or anything happens to this child or to this son, isn't the father the karma of the father again part of the karma, because they are facing
if what
this.
happens? If what happens?
If anything happens to any child,
not the father's karma. Nothing to do with, nothing can happen to you because of your father. Nothing can happen to your father because of you.
Because if they are pained, they go to agony, they go to misery because of the problem to the son. Where from that? I said that is sanchit karma. Okay.
if you understand, it's very simple. If in the garden there is apple, means somebody has planted the seed. You may have planted, your neighbor might have planted, the gardener might have planted.
It is in coincidence that they are meeting. Sir, my question is now, if you are in thoughts of SIP, even in work, even in driving, even the market, does it mean that we are in awareness?
If you are in thought of SIP.
Yes, SIP or anything, godly thoughts, even your
no, godly thoughts, I don't know. Suppose you are saying Krishna, 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 and you're gambling. Suppose I'm asking you. Suppose I'm in the casino. I'm gambling. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, give me money. Krishna, Krishna, give me money. Krishna, give me money. Krishna.
Sir,
I'm gambling.
I mean the thoughts of emancipation, thoughts of this call only.
Then you will not be in the casino or in the pub, no drinking.
I don't say casino. I say normal work. Normal work. You go to market to work.
Karo. You have to go to market.
If that has something to do with the awareness or not.
No, see.
If that is awareness or not.
1 minute. When you go to market, then you will pick the tomato. You will pick the potato. That means your awareness is now on the tomato, potato, or on SIP.
जब भी कोई break हो जाता है, वो काम,
be clear. That's why people used to go away in sannyas. Because they don't want that awareness to go anywhere. But in living in normal life, you have to buy tomato, potato. You have to pick up and see ये expiry date हुआ कि expire नहीं हुआ. Be in awareness, be in consciousness. But I gave the answer to you. Komal, Krishan, Rutanu. 3 people have asked questions. 1 more minute for asking questions. Komal, Krishan, Rutanu.
Yes, sir. I was just what is this causal body or Karan sharir? ये कौन सा शरीर होता है and what?
ये अविद्या का शरीर है. जो शरीर जो मतलब है ही नहीं. It is the cause of the Sukshma Sharir.
Cause of Sukshma.
Sukshma Sharir क्या है? मन बुद्धि चित्त है. मन बुद्धि स्मृति अहंकार. The Sukshma Sharir is a subtle body.
That doesn't go after death to another world.
That goes after death. That goes after death.
Causal body doesn't go.
Causal body is causing the Sukshma Sharir. No.
Okay.
That's why it's called causal. Causal means what?
Karan sharir also in Hindi.
Karan means इसका कारण क्या है? ये मन बुद्धि स्मृति अहंकार का कारण क्या है? ये कारण शरीर है.
Karma is different from Karan. Is karma different from Karan?
Karma. Karma and Karan have no connection at all.
Oh.
Karan sharir is the cause. Karan means the cause. That's why it's called causal body. Karan sharir. It is the cause of the mind and ego. It is causing the mind and ego. It is avidya. Karan sharir is nothing but avidya.
So that remains here only after death.
My dear Komal, there is no Karan sharir. Na? It's just a cause.
Yeah.
ऐसा शरीर है नहीं.
ठीक.
वो कारण है सूक्ष्म शरीर का. Okay. Rutanu. Rutanu, Krishan, and Subinai last.
Shubham, Guruji. Guruji, आपने बताया कि खुद का कर्म खुद का है, दूसरे का कर्म दूसरे का कर्म है. But whatever our karma is, it affects the other person, other people also of your family.
Yes, that's their karma. Suppose you have one son. Example. And your bad health is affecting the karma of your son here. But you have one more son, he's in America. Then it doesn't affect him. Why?
It's the karma of the son.
Karma of the son to escape your bad health. See, I told, who did I tell just now? I told Rajendra, I think. Understand in principle one thing. The law of karma is a law of action and reaction. If there's a reaction, there must be an action.
That is true.
It's a law of cause and effect. अगर धुआं है तो आग होगा ही होगा. Can you say धुआं है आग नहीं है? ऐसे बोल सकते हैं? That's why the law of karma is called law of action and reaction, the law of cause and effect. So whatever is happening is karma. Life is karma.
But Guruji, if somebody is getting stressed because of you and you cannot do anything about it, then what do we do?
Why they are getting stressed? Ask them not to get stressed. No need.
Not like
There is no compulsion to be stressed. No, don't be stressed.
no compulsion.
But then why we are being stressed? Okay, good. Rutanu, so we have got
No compulsion.
thank you. Suvinay and then Krishan. Suvinay first round. Last is Krishan. Suvinay.
शिवोहम गुरुजी.
शिवोहम.
गुरुजी अभी आपने कहा हम सब में भगवान हैं.
बिल्कुल.
लेकिन अभी यहीं पे एक विरोधाभास है. हम सब में भगवान हैं या भगवान में हम सब हैं? क्योंकि
फर्क क्या है?
नश्वर हम नश्वर है. ये शरीर मर जाएगा. तो इस नश्वर शरीर में ब्रह्म कैसे रह सकता है? तो ब्रह्म में हम सब हैं. जिंदगी एक गुरुजी अनुभव की श्रृंखला है जिसको हम ऑब्जेक्ट और सब्जेक्ट कहते हैं.
ये आपका माइंड बोल रहा है. ये आपका माइंड आपको ट्विस्ट कर रहा है. See, first of all, I'm asking you one question. It hardly matters कि हम ब्रह्म में हैं या ब्रह्म हम में है. That is not a relevant question. Let me just let's understand one thing. आप है ना? You are Suvinay. You are Suvinay.
Yes, गुरुजी.
Suvinay एक दिन मरेगा नहीं मरेगा?
बिल्कुल गुरुजी.
मरने से पहले क्या एहसास करना है?
मोक्ष का गुरुजी, लिबरेशन का.
मोक्ष कैसा मिलेगा?
मोक्ष गुरुजी जब हम अपने आप को जान लेंगे और जब सारे माया से दूर हो जाएंगे.
क्या एहसास होना है? मैं कौन हूँ?
मैं आत्मा हूँ गुरुजी. मैं शिव हूँ.
और आत्मा क्या है?
आत्मा अमर है.
बस. अभी इससे अलावा ये क्या फर्क पड़ता है कि मैं आत्मा में हूँ या आत्मा मुझ में है? It is all technical. You are trying to ask a technical question which doesn't interfere with the main question which you already answered.
Okay, Guruji.
Now, just to answer your technical question, see, everything is SIP. Everything is SIP. SIP के अलावा कुछ नहीं है. So when you are trying to get some tricky questions, the tricky question is trying to distract you from being in consciousness. Try to eliminate tricky questions which don't help in the main subject. Thank you. We have got one more, last question of Will. Krishan and then Will. We will end. No more questions, please. Krishan and Will.
Guruji, I found that 99% people are stuck in Gurudwara, Mandir, Masjid, or any Dharam Guru or any any Kathavachak. And how can I bring their enlightenment? Because मेरे पास में तो enlightenment की लालटेन जल रही है, but मैं उनको उस जाल से कैसे निकालूं? या उस जो कैदी होके भी अपने आप को
उसको जब नेक्स्ट टाइम वो मुंह खोलता है ना अपना आ करता है ना वो आ उसके मुंह के अंदर चले जाओ सीधा इसके आ करते यू टेक अ फ्लाइट लेके इसका मुंह के अंदर चले जाओ फिर अंदर जाके तुम लाइट जलाओ कर सकता है
नो
माय डियर कृष्ण आपका एनलाइटनमेंट के अंदर मैं आपके अंदर आया क्या
नो
आप मेरे पास आए you came to this call I didn't come to your house
yes
you came to this call there was light you took a small match and you took the light and you brought light into your life
definitely
if they are interested they will come to the call or they will come to you and they will get light you don't be impatient to bring light in anybody else's life
okay sir thank you
You continue your journey अपने आप प्रभु को बोलो प्रभु मैं एक यंत्र हूँ I am an instrument I am here you use me for whatever you want the Lord will use us for whatever purpose He wants. Okay. Last question.
Okay,
Will. Yes, Will.
Shiva Om, thanks very much for your sessions, Guruji. Thank you. I don't know if you know, in the Catholic Church they divide sin into mortal sin and venial sin. I don't know if you've heard those two expressions.
Oh, what is the difference?
Well, the venial sin is, I think they say venial sin is forgivable and mortal sin is not forgivable. It's just a gradation of sin. There's quite a lot of confusion even within the Catholic Church about those two levels, venial and mortal.
You know, when Will, do you know why the problem of this sin comes? You know that?
Ignorance.
What is the ignorance?
Well, ignorance leads to akusala, or unwholesome actions.
And most important, my new book, which is coming next week, getting released next week or next month, my book's name is called Our Greatest Sin. The greatest sin is for us not to realize we are God.
Yes, exactly.
When we are God, then there is a question of sinning. Can God sin?
Yes.
And when you realize you are God, the Bible says the kingdom of God is within. God lives in the temple of your heart. This is not me. This is Luke 17, Corinthians 3 and 16. This is what the Bible says.
Yes.
Then when we become God, where is the question of sin? Just forget about the sin.
Yes.
We will not sin. The moment we realize we are God, there will be no venial sin. I will study what is venial sin and mortal sin and come back to you on it. I always like to learn when somebody asks me a question. So if I have some information, I will tell you. But for me, in Hindi, I don't know whether you will not understand this, but they say, "Insaan ka paap kya hai? Paapon ka baap kya hai?" It means, what is man's sin? What is the father of all sins? The father of all sin is this: we are God, and we have forgotten we are God. If only we realize that we are the divine, we are supreme, we are SIP, we are the soul, all sin will disappear. Okay, Will, I hope I've answered your question. My dear friends, today is Sunday, and I hope that Sundays will be a day where you will bring unusual questions. Like Will brought a new question, Rajendra brought a new question. So many people brought completely new questions. And I like Sukeshni brought a new question. Komal, everybody who brings new questions on Sunday gives a new perspective. And with that, and with my hands folded, I bow down to you, and we will see you tomorrow at 8.